Okay, let's head down. We've got almost at the bottom of your screen. We got TempestDragonKing at the top. Let's take a look at what they're working with. 3 power, Grenadin Drone, Praxis Trove, Kindling Carver, Krull. I mean, other than the Krull, the sand looks pretty good.
I am not so sure about that because you want to actually have a 1-drop for after you play the Praxis Trove, and if almost tries playing on curve, he's going to be out of things to do after the Trove comes down. So we'll see how this is all sequenced. But I have to imagine that I think we see the Grenadin drone come down this turn.
Yeah, we'll see here. You play out the... Okay, we're just going to play out the Whispering Wind off the draw here. TempestDragonKing on Elysian spells. Going to proactively dazzle that Whispering Wind.
Yep, you do not want to let that Whispering Wind start doing the thing. If Whispering Wind gets to attack several times, uh, the chance of the Whispering Wind player winning shoots up pretty dramatically. So now the question is, what relic do we see hit the board this turn? And yeah,
The
it's going to
Praxis
be the
Trove and pass. Primal Symbol the draw for TempestDragonKing. So they've got 3 power, Blitrock, Jotun Hurler with a snowball, and a Maveloft Huntress in hand. Now, do you just Huntress and take care of that Whispering Wind once and for all here?
I would.
I'm gonna go with the Listener. Let's see what they turn this Listener into. Wump and Mizo is always a good one, but I'm not sure how relevant that is here. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought my Learn Imitator. This is Blitrock, not Learn Imitator. My mistake there. I thought it was a different card. Instead, they're going to evoke out a Herald Song. Draw 2 copies of Herald Song off of that Primal Invoke there. My mistake for misreading that card, chat. And then a Kato off the top for Almost.
So if I'm almost here, I think I want to start picking up this Praxis Trove. Almost deciding to go with the Kato, in and getting the 1-drop off of the 0/1 that comes with Kato. That what the heck just happened?
Did Almost just know when to hold him for a broken contract to get a 4/1?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen that play before, but pretty cool. That's one way to do it.
Turns out a 2/1 and a 4/1 for 2 is kind of good.
Yeah.
But we know for those who don't know what Blitrock does, she pays 3 to ping something. Saw play.
Yeah, pay 3 to deal 1 damage to an enemy. You have the Summon, Invoke Primal, and then you have the Mastery 3 +3/+3, and then Invoke Primal again. So that's going to go ahead. That's the second Mastery for Blitrock. So 1 more can trigger the Mastery there. But TempestDragonKing going to follow up with a Huntress, take care of the 4/1.
So I'm not sure how much I like invoking on the Rock there because next turn you would gain her mastery and turn her into a 4/6. And so just stunning that, not sure how I feel about that. Meanwhile, so what happened was that by knowing when to hold them for a broken contract, the soldier costs 2 and triggers the Praxis Trove after the Kato triggered it for 1. So now the smuggler triggered it for a display of menace.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, the sellsword off of the broken contract costs 2. Wow. This deck's fooling me already.
Yeah, this deck it's a piece of work, I'll tell you. It's one of those better get 100 reps in before the tournament and then still evaluate your match. So as
All
we
right.
see,
Here
Lit Rock
comes the
receiving.
invoke. We can't see the options, unfortunately. We see the same animation you do here, so we'll have to see just what TDK chooses here, and they're going to choose a parry off of that. Uh, Maybe not the greatest primal invoke ever, but, but it's a card. It's a free card, so you can't complain too much.
Right.
Followed up with
So
another
now
Huntress. You gotta love the Huntress chain.
do, and now the question is, can we find a way to unstun Lit Rock?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter that what the first Huntress's stats are, because the way that imbue snapshotting works. So almost board is entirely wiped, except for a Kato Shade.
Yep.
But this no one to hold him will probably get a curl at, at some point.
All right, we're gonna
Don't
start
want
off
to
with the
take.
Kindling Carver to sack that shade. I'm gonna draw a painting for the turn.
The question is, can almost play another power this turn yet? Um. Oh, going to no one to hold him for a crawl.
Here we go. Here comes the no one to hold him with the Kroll. Of course, when Kroll damages a unit, you play it from Void with that remaining cost. 3 power left, which means you get a Smuggler and you can get a Diabolic Machinations here. You know that you may know this card from the Amplify combo deck, but a little bit different here in this deck.
And there we go. Shrine to Carvet doing what Shrine to Carvet is notorious for doing. And
That's going to put
almost.
almost up to 37, 36 health with that lifesteal off of the Shrine to Carve It. We've seen that card be a house today.
Oh, absolutely. Notice that, almost basically had no board, was staring down a 5/5 Huntress, and then, oh, hey, here's a Shrine to Carvet, swing, and
Yeah, and
not have to
now
worry about
TDK down to
whatever.
7. All right,
The
thinking
question is, can
here.
almost generate another sacrifice outlay?
Yep.
Answer seems to be no.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean that's not a great attack. Unfortunately, without triggering the Shrine to Carve It, this attack looks significantly worse. And now bouncing back to hand here. Then equivocate your own unit back to hand. As you mentioned, that was going to open up that Blitrock here. And then Perry is going to do some work here. That sort of a weaker side, but actually doing some pretty good work here. Going to be a 2-for-1. One of your more minor 2-for-1s. But I guess it's really a 2-for-0, right? The card was free.
Right.
It saved your Huntress and took out another unit. So, I mean, I don't know, 3-for-0 maybe if you're being generous, but did work.
Definitely.
All right, and
That
then the
said,
Equivocate got a Valley Clan Sage in 05. 05, pay 4 to draw the top group deck if it's a spell, otherwise discard it. Otherwise known as just the passive ability on Jaral, along with a bunch of other
right,
things.
right.
All right, here comes the
So,
Diabolic Machinations. Just going to draw a couple cards. We're going to draw a Howling Peak Smuggler and a Kato here. All right, that Kato's going to make an 8/8 now.
uh-oh. That's no joke.
That's an 8 cost 8/8 there. Pretty nice.
And there's a Shrine to Carve It in here.
And there's a Shrine to
So,
Carve It. And almost is at 28. And TDK is only at 6.
yep.
All right. Geneve Merchant the draw. Let's see what's in the market. We've got Lightning Storm, Royal Decree, Mirror Image, Sodi Spell Shaper, and Helio in the market for Tempest Dragon King.
I don't think I heard a permafrost in there, which
No
is
permafrost in the market. That is correct.
what I don't think Lightning Storm is a
Just
grab.
gonna Royal Decree. You're not really gonna see much. No one to hold him or Howling Peak Smuggler.
So I think we've seen both copies of Roll. Uh,
These are open deck lists.
so have we seen both copies of Kroll this game? I
I
know that we've seen one copy.
thought so.
Did-
I don't. Oh, maybe they're in toss to the market. Yeah, 2 copies of Kroll, both tossed to the market.
Right. So yes, then yeah, TDK going for the no one to hold them. I'm
Okay, so
not sure that was the
now
correct strat.
you've got Combust, Overloader, and Explosion. Okay, so I'm sorry, I misspoke earlier. I guess I didn't realize that Almost had the Overloader combo in the deck. As is that the backup plan or is that the actual? There you go. Pyrotech Explosion is actually just going to deal 8 to TempestDragonKing. Maybe I misunderstood this deck list. We'll have to take a look at Almost deck list here. Is this
It is the
primarily
backup plan.
is a
No,
backup
it is
plan,
the
right?
backup.
It's not the
Yeah,
primary. It's not the primary plan.
right. No.
Yeah, did not see that out of the market when I was looking at it. But yeah, there you go. Diabolic Machinations, Overloader, Pyrotech Explosion, all available in the market. And if you're familiar with the Overloader combo from Expedition, that's basically the whole combo right there, and it's packed into this nice little market package.
Yep.
Yeah, interesting. Very cool.
Yeah, it's basically a way of saying, oh hey, you somehow dealt with my board. I have a gazillion life, and I can't get through on the board. Well, not a problem. I'm just going to fish for this combo and finish you off in this on this other axis. How many of them can you interact with?
All right, well, it's time for game 3. These players are tied 1 game apiece. So let's head down and let's see game 3 here. Ooh, double broken contract in your opening hand. Not always what
Ouch.
you want to see.
That's the downside to playing so many of these utility powers. Sometimes you actually draw them.
And TDK on the Elysian side has 3 power, a Maveloft Huntress, Wisdom of the Elders, Master Conjurer, and Equivocate. So not bad. Now they have 3 time influence. So that's interesting. I'd have to check Doc's list. I don't know if Doc's list plays a time symbol. Maybe it does, but that seems aggressive in a very primal heavy deck.
Ugh.
But 3 time influence is not something you see out of Legion quite a bit. But it allows them to play Conjurer here, but pretty far
It
away
does.
now from getting that crucial 6 primal influence needed.
Yeah, I think Doc is going to have some disagreements about that choice, but I can see why. I guess if you want to turn on your Silexes, you petition for the time symbol, either one of in the deck, but then sometimes you draw it, and
Yeah.
that's no fun.
Yeah, gonna look at that now. I know Doc's list does not play time symbol here, so I can see that right now. You're right that it is a one of here, but their power base is quite different. Doc's power base plays the full 4 Cobalt Waystone, plays the Silex's 1 banner, insignias of course. So a little bit, I guess not quite different. A couple off, but it's significant. The
Right,
time symbol versus a couple other things. So, but you
right.
see it here in play. Not to spend too much time on that. Just an interesting when you get into this decks that are so similar. It is interesting when you see slight differences
Oh
like that.
boy. So that equivocate bit TDK in the behind because it turned a smuggler that already smuggled into Cozine Darkheart, who herself presents a clock of sorts. With that Mastery 3, play a 4/4 Flying Dragon. I forget what it's called, but it also nets her a treasure trove.
Yep,
And
the Cinder
just
Dragon, yeah, and also gets a treasure trove. Yeah, that card's sweet. Now,
yeah.
yep. All right, gonna draw a Hurler for turn with a Snowball, of course.
So TDK not looking so great here with that equivocate. Not only putting them down a card and down power in that turn, but suddenly making their opponent's board position that much better. And the Huntress has to trade for a rat. Ew.
Yeah, you don't
Because
love that, but there's that Wump and Mizo. That's a pretty good one.
yeah, the Wumpin' Mizo is definitely nice.
Good Wump and Mizo here, and going to be able to take care of this Sellsword pretty freely if they'd like. Now, that was actually the first snowball. There is an extra snowball in TDK's hand, so they can get 1 from the Wump, 1 in hand. So the Wump would flip on almost turn. Isn't super relevant, but here you go. Shrine to Carve It is the play, and that's no way to sack right now, but setting up for future turns here.
Right.
Snowball, I assume, is going to take out the Sellsword. Yep. There you go. And then the second one's going to take out a rat. So that's 3. Unfortunately, TDK can't flip the Wump this turn, but as I mentioned at the start of almost turn, that'll flip. All right, gonna Huntress out here. Gonna get the temporary value. Now once Wump flips next turn, gonna lose that, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. You got your value out of it. You got your Huntress, and now you've got the party pair.
Oh, and a big heads up play from TDK in that if your Wump wasn't imbued and transformed, the 6/6 would still be exhausted, I think, because it transforms on your turn exhausted and
Interesting.
doesn't ready because endurance readies at the start of a turn. So that imbue actually was responsible for readying.
Interesting.
So,
Well, yeah, it did.
yep.
It did ready the party pair here. So, yeah, that's a very interesting play there. But it almost has the smuggler. Let's see what they can get. They can get the parts of the combo. That's really it. Can't get the broken contracts out. So, really, you've just got one of the 3 combo pieces. But I don't really think any of those are super relevant here.
I mean, nor is sandbagging the smuggler.
That's
You
true.
gotta do.
Same as the smuggler doesn't really do anything.
Then again, playing out the smuggler doesn't do anything either because the Wump and Mizo just kills it, the party pair rather.
Yeah, it's true.
That's the downside to holding a combo in your market. Sometimes you want something that you can just play rather than combo pieces that are bricks until you assemble the combo. So I honestly think almost is just forced into passing here unless he wants to lose the smuggler. No good decisions.
Yeah, this is
Um,
tough. This is just awkward all around. All right, gonna start out with a banner. Think about it a little bit more and then just pass. Oh, that feels awful.
and yeah, and being killed by your own reactor.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's the synergy between party pair and master.
Oh, there you go.
Almost flooding, hard flooding here. Has to go
Yeah,
to the
and this is
market.
just too much. This is when Elysian just goes off. I mean, I don't even know what almost is even supposed to do here.
I think you have to kill the
Yeah,
party.
you just got to kill the party pair. That's fine. But Tempest DragonKing has, Equivocate in hand, which you don't really want to use on a party pair, but it's fine. And then you've still got this active Conjurer. So great, you dealt with the you dealt with the party pair, but now Conjurer is spitting 4/4s out every turn.
Right, and the reactor forge. Oh, that's
And
just
the
lethal.
Reactor Force, and that's just gonna be lethal. All right, wow, here we go. Congratulations to Tempest Dragon King for taking that one 2-1.